AJ McCord, Coin 6, Portland. Damon, CJ, the first game you guys struggled to score offensively. It seemed like it got going a little bit better tonight. How did you attack New Orleans differently, or did you attack them differently, and how can you improve for the games in New Orleans?
I think we did a good job moving the ball, especially in the first quarter. Third quarter, we were a little stagnant. But overall, I think we had the same looks we got in the first game. We just made them early on. Nurks finished strong inside. Chief hit some threes. Mo was perfect from the field, and gave us a boost. So I think that was the difference from what I noticed.
On the right, please.
Dame, just where are you at mentally right now?
Just a little bit frustrated. Just expecting more out of myself. Coming into the playoffs, teams going to lock in and they're going to try to make the game hard for you. And I give a lot of credit to them for, executing their game plan, seeing 2 and 3 guys, and making the game difficult, but the opportunities that I do get, I just got to be better. I think it's as simple as that. But I'm fine mentally. It's just frustrating to, fight an entire season for home court and then come out and not perform individually or as a team in the first 2 games of a playoff series. So, we just got to move on to the next one.
Question for either player. Right here.
Kerry Eggers, Portland Tribune. CJ, now you're down 0-2 going to New Orleans. What's the mindset of the team, and can you do there to change it?
Yeah, we're down 0-2 heading to New Orleans. We got to have the same mindset they had. And going to their home court, compete, get second chance opportunities for ourselves, get loose balls. This is a must-win. We got to go in there and take both of them.
For both you guys, Mark Schwartz, ESPN. Coach Gentry said that Drew Holiday, to him, is possibly, with Kawhi out, the very best two-way player in the game right now. Can you comment on that and what kind of impact he's had in these 2 games at both ends?
I think he is. In my opinion, I think he's one of the best defenders out there on the perimeter. But I think in this series, he's just playing well. I think, he's big and crafty. And coming off that pick and roll, he's able to get those floaters and get to the rim, and he does that well. So, maybe we need to change the attention that we're giving him, make it a little bit harder, send 2 guys in those situations. But he's playing well on both ends. He's impacting the game on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, he's a very good player. I said it coming into the series. He doesn't get a lot of credit because he's playing with AD. And I think you're starting to see how good he truly is, on both ends of the floor. He's got good pace. He's got good patience and pick and roll. And I think they have a good defensive team overall with the length. They provide on the perimeter with AD and each one more and some of those guys. But, he's a good player. He's playing extremely well. We gotta limit some of his opportunities going forward.
Behind. On the right.
Dame, do you expect you guys to make changes now, kind of strategy-wise or lineup-wise, or do you stick to plan, you think?
I think we made some good adjustments offensively. I think tonight we got, like CJ said, some of the same looks as game 1. We just made a few more. But just some little wrinkles that we put in, they led to better opportunities. And, sometimes we didn't turn that into points. But I like what we did from game 1 to 2 offensively. But I think defensively, just maybe the aggressiveness that we could have on their ball handlers. Maybe, we adjust in that area. But I think these first 2 games, came down to, a lot of 50-50 balls. They were just more grimy than we were. They played a more physical game, and they gutted it out more than we did in both games. And we got to go to their home floor and do the same thing.
On the left.
Serena Winters, NBC Sports Northwest. Dame, you just said, you're just feeling frustrated right now, like you could have done more. Do you feel those frustrations during the game, or is that not something you allow yourself to do until after the game's done?
No, I think after the game when you see the result, we've lost the games, and it's like, man, my job is to do more, or you can do more, because I always do. But just the way that they're covering, I think it's the right thing to do is to trust, to make the right play, to find the next guy. But it's finding that balance of being aggressive and making those right plays. And the situation that our team is in, this is our season. So I think that's the frustrating part when the game is over and you look back at it. But I think the beauty of that is knowing that, you know, we dropped 2 at home, but, you know, we've won on their floor before, and we feel like we're capable of doing the same thing they did to us, to them. But I know I got to be much, much better in order for us to do that. And I know I'm built to bounce back in that way. So, you know, frustrated with my performance and knowing that I could do better, but I guess not down about it at all. You know, I know that going forward I can really turn it over. So, you know, we'll see.
Third row.
Dame, Andrew Greif from the Oregonian. You're such a vital point of this team's leadership. What are you going to do in the next 48 hours to make sure the team's in the right mental state to go into Game 3 feeling like you guys can win?
I think it's just important for us to be who we are, you know, continue our communication like we always do. We're going to get on the plane tomorrow, and we're going to interact how we always interact. I think it's something to be said about, you know, being uptight and panicking and worrying. It's a position that we didn't want to be in. Nobody wants to be in, especially when you start off a home court. But we competitors. You know, this is a game that we love to play, and it's supposed to be fun. And as a competitor, the challenge should be fun. You know, you don't want to be in this position, like I said, but it should be fun, and we should accept that challenge. You know, if not, then, you know, it could be a quick series.